1.
Childhood.
Childhood.
Kay spent her childhood in Taidong. She lived there until she moved to Vietnam with her family at the age of 15.
Two.
Lean.
Lean.
Mandy spoke in such a weak voice that I had to lean toward her to hear her clearly. Lean.
Lean. Alex leaned against the wall because he was too tired to stand straight. Three.
Annoy.
Annoy.
Jim had messed up the living room again, and this really annoyed his father.
Four.
Rough.
Rough.
The plumber's hands were rough from years of heavy work. Rough.
Rough. After a short talk with Leo, I had a rough idea of why he wanted to become a firefighter. Five.
Roar.
Roar.
Get out of my room and leave me alone, Aaron roared. It was obvious that he was in a bad mood. Roar.
Roar. Unlike lions, snow leopards cannot roar. In other words, they can't make loud sounds to scare other animals away. Six.
Afterward.
Afterward.
Let's finish our work first and then go to the movies afterward.
7.
Forward.
Forward.
I had an argument with my sister last week, and we haven't spoken to each other from that time forward. Forward.
Forward. Forward planning is needed if you want to achieve your goals. Eight.
Incident.
Incident.
Since the shooting incident the other night, people in the peaceful community have been living in fear.
Nine.
Cabinet.
Cabinet.
Daisy opened the kitchen cabinet to get bowls and cereals to prepare breakfast for her children.
Ten.
Remedy.
Remedy.
Drinking plenty of warm water is a good remedy for a sore throat. Remedy.
Remedy. Although Owen apologized for his poor decision, there was nothing he could do to remedy his mistake. (11)
Upset.
Upset.
If you eat too much within a short time, you are likely to get an upset stomach. Upset.
Upset. Jessie was upset about her broken smartphone because she lost all her photos in it.
Upset.
Upset.
It upset Lily that her little brother kept singing loudly while she was studying for the final exams.
Twelve.
Pain.
Pain.
John hurt his back, so he needed to take some medicine to relieve the sharp pain. Painful.
Painful. The saleswoman's feet were painful because she had worn high heels at work all day long. Thirteen.
Occasion.
Occasion.
Charlotte always wears a pearl necklace on special occasions, such as birthday parties and weddings. Occasion.
Occasion. Ms. Moore has talked to Howard on several occasions, but to my surprise, they still don't know each other's names.
Occasional.
Occasional.
Holly only made occasional visits to Taichung during her long stay in Zhanghua. She went there once in a few months.
Fourteen.
Drift.
Drift.
Mario was hit by a car and drifted into unconsciousness. Luckily, he came around 3 days later. Drift.
Drift. Every time I lie on the grass and watch the clouds drifting across the sky, I always feel comfortable and relaxed.
Drift.
Drift.
The snowstorm brought huge snowdrifts that blocked the roads and covered rows of parked vehicles.
15.
Hesitantly.
Hesitantly.
Since Laura didn't know who would come to visit at such a late hour, she answered the door hesitantly. Hesitate.
Hesitate. Don't hesitate to ask questions in class. Each question is an opportunity to learn something new.
Hesitation.
Hesitation.
Right after the bitter fight with his manager, Hart had no hesitation in leaving his job.
Sixteen.
Recall.
Recall.
Debbie was certain that she had met that man before, but she couldn't recall his name.
Seventeen.
Ungratefully.
Ungratefully.
Peter ungratefully blamed the loss on his teammates without realizing how hard they had worked. Grateful.
Grateful. I am extremely grateful to the passerby who stepped in and stopped the robbery. Eighteen.
Complain.
Complain.
Tara is quite satisfied with what she has in life. She thinks she has nothing to complain about. Complaint.
Complaint. The coffee shop has received a lot of complaints from customers ever since it raised prices. 19.
Involuntarily.
Involuntarily.
The school bus came to such a sudden stop that all the students aboard involuntarily bumped into one another. Involuntary.
Involuntary. Mr. Leno gave an involuntary smile when he talked about his newborn baby.
Involuntary.
Involuntary.
The boss ordered James to help me solve the problem. Although he didn't want to do it, I still appreciated his involuntary help. Voluntary.
Voluntary. The workers decided to take part in the voluntary training program even though they didn't have to do so. (20)
Seize.
Seize.
Ray seized me by the arm so hard that it hurt a lot. Seize.
Seize. May had a crush on William, and she seized every opportunity to get close to him. (21)
Apologize.
Apologize.
Ryan apologized to his sister for staining her favorite dress, and he hoped that she would forgive him. Apology.
Apology. Ben didn't accept Karen's apology for being late because she had kept him waiting for over 2 hours. (22)
Regretful.
Regretful.
Nelson was regretful about not being able to be with his grandmother when she passed away. Regret.
Regret. Don't be so mean to your family, or you will live to regret it.
Regret.
Regret.
I have no regrets about taking a working holiday because it was a valuable experience in my life.
(23)
Asleep.
Asleep.
Irene mistook the face wash for the toothpaste as she was still half asleep this morning.
(1)
Forehead.
Forehead. (2)
Haunt.
Haunt. 3.
Mid-70s.
Mid-70s. 4.
Soothe.
Soothe. 5.
Scrape.
Scrape. 6.
Eyebrow.
Eyebrow. 1.
Tuck someone in.
Tuck someone in.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tuck me in and read me stories until I fell asleep.
Two.
Time after time.
Time after time.
The love song is indeed a great hit. Time after time, you can hear it in stores and restaurants.
Three.
In, at the back of one's mind.
In, at the back of one's mind.
The orphan has been adopted by a couple, but the fear of being deserted someday is always in the back of his mind.
4.
Take care of.
Take care of.
Ricky desperately needs to find a babysitter because no one in his family can take care of his daughter when he is at work.
Five.
Forgive and forget.
Forgive and forget.
A long time after his fight with Elva, Noah was finally able to forgive and forget. He decided to be friends with her again.
Six.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
The limited edition album sold out quickly. Now it is nowhere to be found in stores.
One.
Head,
Forehead.
leg,
Foreleg.
arm,
Forearm.
see,
Foresee.
tell,
Foretell.
warn.
Forewarn. Two.
After,
Afterward.
for,
Forward.
heaven,
Heavenward.
home,
Homeward.
left,
Leftward.
to.
Toward.